The Orphan's Journey. Amina was only 10 years old when her world fell apart. Her parents, who had loved her dearly, were gone, and she was left with nothing but memories. With no home of her own, she was taken to live with her father's sister, Aunt Ruth. Amina hoped for comfort, but Aunt Ruth's house was not a place of kindness. Her cousins laughed and played, while Amina was given endless chores. She washed, swept, and fetched water from morning until night. Sometimes she went to bed hungry, with only leftover food in her stomach. Yet even then, Amina whispered to herself at night, one day, things will change. One day, I will find peace. One evening, Aunt Ruth's voice rang out sharply. Amina, go and fetch firewood. Don't come back until you have enough. Amina's heart sank. The sun had already gone down, and the forest nearby was dark and frightening. Auntie, please, it is late, she begged softly. But Aunt Ruth would not listen. With tears in her eyes, Amina picked up her small basket and walked into the night. Every step made her heart beat faster. Strange sounds filled the air, the cry of birds, the rustle of leaves. Then, just as she thought she could not go any further, a soft light appeared. A kind woman stood before her, smiling gently. Do not be afraid, the woman said. I will help you. The mysterious woman guided Amina to gather wood and led her safely back to the village. When Amina returned, Aunt Ruth stared in shock. She had not expected the girl to come back at all. Days later, Aunt Ruth pretended to be kind. Come with me to the market, she told Amina. For the first time, Amina felt a little hope. Maybe Aunt Ruth's heart was softening. But it was all a trick. Along the way, strangers spoke with Aunt Ruth in whispers. Before Amina understood what was happening, she was led onto a bus, and a heavy sleep came over her. When she woke up, she found herself tied to a tree in a lonely forest. Amina cried out for help, her voice breaking the silence of the night. Again, a mysterious woman appeared and freed her bonds. Run, child, and do not look back, the woman said. Weak but determined, Amina ran until she fell by the roadside. A passing man found her and carried her to his house. He gave her water, and she was laid on a bed softer than anything she had known. For a moment, Amina thought she was safe. But one night, she overheard the man and his mother speaking in hushed voices. She will be useful to us, they said. Amina's heart filled with fear. She did not know what they meant, but she knew she had to escape. Quietly, she slipped out of her room and walked down a long passage. To her surprise, she entered a grand sitting room filled with bright lamps, gold curtains, and polished chairs. Trembling, Amina fell to her knees before the people in the room. Please, she begged, do not hurt me. I have suffered enough. Instead of anger, she was met with kindness. The queen, a woman with gentle eyes, lifted her up. Child, you are safe here. Tell us your story. Through tears, Amina told everything, from losing her parents, to Aunt Ruth's harshness, to the night she was left tied in the forest. The queen and her son, the prince, listened carefully. To test her heart, they asked her questions in front of others. They also gave her simple tasks, like sharing food with the poor. Amina, though hungry herself, gave away food before keeping any for herself. This touched the queen deeply. One day, while serving others, Amina felt dizzy and collapsed. The queen rushed to her side, cradling her head. The prince quickly brought food and water. They fed her gently, showing her the love she had missed for so long. That was when they revealed the truth. They were not ordinary people but the royal family. From this day, the queen said, you will live under our protection. No harm will come to you again. The very next week, the queen and prince took Amina back to Aunt Ruth's house. Villagers crowded around as the royal chariot arrived. Aunt Ruth came out, trembling. You abandoned this child, the prince declared. You denied her love and almost destroyed her. If we wished, you would stand trial. Aunt Ruth fell to her knees, begging for mercy. But the queen's voice was firm. Touch her again, and you will answer before the king's court. From now on, Amina is under royal protection. The villagers cheered. Aunt Ruth hung her head in shame. Before leaving, Amina turned to Ada, Aunt Ruth's eldest daughter. Ada's eyes were filled with tears. You always tried to speak for me, Amina said gently. Even when no one listened. Thank you. Ada hugged her tightly. Forgive me, Amina. I could not do more. You did enough, Amina whispered. Back at the palace, the queen led Amina into a beautiful room. This is your home now, she said warmly. The prince added, we will see to your education and your dreams. What you lost will be restored. Amina fell to her knees, tears in her eyes. I was once nothing, she whispered, but you have made me someone again. The queen lifted her up and embraced her like a true mother. And so, Amina's life began anew. She was no longer the orphan cast aside, but a child of honor and hope. Her story became a lesson for all, that even in the darkest moments, light can shine, and love can be found.